little coffee shop. Are people actually drinking though? We drinking? Fuck yeah, give me a cheer if you're drinking. Of course you are, fucking students, innit man? Fucking students, you're like, yeah, it's a Wednesday, of course we're drinking. We need to get to Friday, do you know what I mean? I understand. I see the pain in your eyes, don't worry, don't worry. Do we all know the comics? Are we all... No, yes, no, there's a really weird mix of things going on there, man, that's really good. Are we a fan of stand-up comedy here? That's what we like to hear, some of these comics, they've done some rough gigs. I did a gig in Ashford not too long ago, mate. I was on after a magician and before a bunch of firefighters doing the full Monty. Not a good gig, sir. At one point, I thought, to win them over, I'd just say, I'm going to get my dick out. And a bunch of middle-aged women were like, yeah, did it! Guy from the KM Messenger got his camera out. Not a good move, man. Not a good move. My name's Danny Scott. I am your MC for tonight. That means Master of Ceremonies. I'm not going to be that masterful. I'm not going to lie. We don't need to be, mate. Comedy rough around the edges is a bit better, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes? Yes. Feel like I shouldn't have picked on him. Your reaction there was like, oh shit, he's talking to him. What's your name, man?
I'm Tom.
Tom.
Yes.
Everyone say hello to Tom? Do you all know Tom? Yeah! So is it just me? Okay, right, Tom, well, I'm going to get to know you, mate. What are you studying?
I do maths.
Huh?
Maths.
Maths?
Yeah.
Sick. What's your favourite equation?
Nothing really.
Sick.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is he lying to me? Does he have a favourite?
No, he hates it.
He hates what, all equations?
Just maths.
Maths. Good. I'm glad you chose that, mate. That's nice. Did you know there were other subjects you could have chosen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could have done stand-up. You know what I mean? That's a valuable career choice, sir. What about you? What's your name, man?
Oh, I'm Jay.
Oh, there's a oh shit, I'm Jay. I sat on the front for this moment. I was like, yes. Put my best bandana on.
Why not?
Danny's come on. He's like, I'm gonna talk to me. So I'm fucking yeah, man. So how you feeling today, man? Oh, that's. Is it gonna be an before everything? Are you high? A little bit. Give it up for Jay, everyone. Fucking oh yes. I like you. You're fun. How are we feeling at the back? Are we feeling good? We feeling ready? Feeling loose? Yeah. You're sitting in the back thinking, yeah, it's fine. He's not going to say nothing. I will. And around every single one, especially you in the corner, you're hiding. Are you looking at a pillow? She was like, me or the pillow? Who's you talking to? Clearly you. What's your name? No, the girl who's hiding. No, sorry, mate. Oh, you want something? What's your name, man? You look like me. I'm sitting in the back. Oh, man, what's your name? Tom. Love you. Makes my job easier. Oh shit, you're Tom as well. Any other Toms? This is already turned out to be one of my favourite gigs. Cool, 3 Toms. 4 Toms. Can't count. I'm a primary school teacher, mate. Fucking hell, I'm not doing well. We've got 4 Toms in. Fucking big up. Big up the Toms. Big up the Toms. Any other multiple names? Jay? You have any other Jays? No, you're on your own, mate. Fucking unique. Like a peacock. It's not your name. Oh, fuck, I'm glad there was 4 Toms. I forgot his name. What was your name again? Jake. It's because you went there first. That's why. It doesn't really help me if you're like, Jake. You love your vowels, didn't you, mate? You love your vowels. What you're studying, aren't you? Film. What's your favourite film?
Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Oh!
Really hoping you said like Toy Story. I don't know. Cabinet of Calamari. What? What was it? Cabinet?
Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Definitely said Calamari. Didn't it? Is it? What was it about?
It's a horror film about. It's just a very old horror film. It's just
Black and white.
Yeah.
Instantly uninterested. I think you have to study film for that, didn't you? You know what I mean? Does a space boy meet a cowboy and do they? I'm just describing Toy Story. I'm just hoping that they're in it. You know what I mean? I don't fucking know. Are we excited to get some acts on tonight? Yeah, man, I'm fucking excited. I've not seen a lot of you, but I've seen some of them. Some of them are really good, mate. Some of them are going to kill it, you know?
Oh, no.
You know? Who do you know?
I don't know.
Huh?
Niall.
No? What?
I know Niall.
Niall! Sorry, you said no, but it sounded like you went, I know no. I was like, what the fuck is going on? You got a lot to drink, son. You know Niall Bultitude?
Yes.
His last name is sick, isn't it?
It's great.
What a sick last name. I'm Danny Scott. That's just so boring. My middle name, John. I might go back to London. Where is Niall? I might go back to London and just go Danny Bultitude. If that's all right. Just steal you. You can have Scott if you want. No, Scott? Is that all right?
No, I'm good.
Fair enough. Slag off your MC. You wait till you get introduced. Right. Right, guys. We're gonna welcome on our first act, but I need to know you're ready. I need to know you're feeling good. I need to know that you've got the right energy, because they're not going to come on. Some of them are divas, mate. I can see it in their eyes. I'm not going to tell you which one, Hannah. I'm not going to... I'm joking. It's Niall. Niall's a diva. He said to me he will not come on unless everyone loses their shit. Is that all right? What's your name? You're Ed. Oh, he squinted. He went, Ed. Yeah, that's right. Edward? Is it Edward or is it Ed? Edward. Edward, you've got a very special job tonight, Edward. Very special indeed. You are my cheerleader. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
There are so many vibes here, man. It's like, this guy's high as fuck. He's very drunk. Ed is just Ed. He doesn't need to be anyone else, right? I love you, Ed. We're going to get along tonight. Right, Ed, how this works is I'm going to count down from 3, right? So I'll go 3, you're going to start clapping, whooping and cheering, right? Like fucking Lee Evans is about to come on. Who's that? Fuck. I'm old. It's happened. Danny, it's happened. You're old now. Lee Evans, how do I... I was gonna bring up an old film he'd done. That's not gonna work. Who's Lee Evans? How do you explain Lee Evans? Funny.
Is he black and white?
No. Would be your scene though. No, Google him. I'm not explaining this now. We'll take all the other comedians' time, explain who Lee Evans is. But you know, it doesn't even matter, because we've got the new generation of Lee Evans right in front of you. Some of them funnier. Oh, don't put yourself down. Be funnier than Lee Evans? I haven't seen them all. Maybe they're not. Who knows? That's you guys. That's you guys. Right. So our first act is fucking excited for this one. PowerPoint Tommy, and I've never. No, not bad. Fucking yeah, man. Wow. So right, we're gonna do this. Are you ready? So you're gonna start clapping at 3. When I get to 1, you're gonna be when we get to 1, you're gonna be losing your shit. Can you do that for me, Canterbury? Yes. More energy as we go. Right, Ed, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Good start.
It's probably
Before we begin, I'd like to go over a bit of housekeeping. I think it's important. Some housekeeping, which is at an unspecified point in this set, I'm going to make a joke at another comedian's expense. It's going to happen. Be ready for it, okay? It's important to note, I definitely did not start this feud. Important thing to note. It'll be the only proper joke in the set. I'm not joking. It'll be the only proper joke. And I say it with only love and mostly hate. So be on the lookout for that. I was here last month and... sorry, let's begin. I was here last month and I worry that people might have got the wrong impression about me based on the PowerPoint and the maths jokes and also the outfit. I worry that people might think that I'm a bit of a dork, a bit of a nerd, a bit of a geek. And I don't want people to think that, because that's wrong. I'm a man of the people. I am. I'm not joking. I am a man of the people. I'm here for everyone. And I'm here with my denim jacket and a dream to tackle the real big issues in life. And nothing, you know what, I'll ask you guys, what are the big issues in your life? I don't know, you.
Uni.
Uni?
Yeah.
Good answer, good answer. Anyone else?
Relationships.
Relationships? Stupid answer. Anyway. I think we all instinctively know what the actual real difficult answer is. And it is, of course, Pokemon. The big issues. The big issues are Pokemon. You heard it here. And specifically, I'm very passionate about Pokemon, and I think Pokemon has declined. Declined. I hate to say it, it's true. Had to be the first to say it. I think Pokemon has declined, and I've chosen to do something about it, doing the only way that I can, which is a very serious PowerPoint. Very serious PowerPoint. Now, what do I mean by Pokemon has declined? Well, we can start off at the very start. We all know Pikachu. I feel like we all know Pikachu, yeah? Everyone knows Pikachu. Adorable, cute, lovely mascot. Then the problem started to arise. If we kind of move on a little bit, you'll start to see, I think, what the problems are. And, I mean, we've got a drunk coconut, a penis and a fart. And that's just generation one, right? We can keep going. Over here, we've got an angry pig, the incestuous twins, and a sex god. I have no problem with Bib Owl. Bib Owl is an icon. We can keep going. Moving on, we've got Mr. Big Nose, classic. Literal trash and a fucking ice cream. Sorry, excuse my foul language there. and it only gets worse from there. We've got some fish, probably a sex offender, and the mushrooms you don't want to eat. And the mushrooms that you don't want to eat. And it brings me to what I think is the worst offender of all. The worst offender of all, which is, of course, I think we all know it, Sandygast. A literal sandcastle that's a ghost. It's a ghost! It's a ghost! It's a sandcastle with a ghost! I mean, what are they doing? Honestly, what even is happening? So, I think I want to talk about where it went wrong. And don't worry, this isn't a picture of me, by the way. We can in fact fix it. This is at the moment an artist interpretation Tommy. We can fix it very easily there to make it a bit more accurate. But I find, listen, I don't know where to start. There's a lot of games. I mean, there's some of them, and that's not even all of it. There is in fact this one, and this one, and probably this one, and we haven't even got started on the anime. We're not going to talk about the anime. And when you have this much data, there's only one logical conclusion of how to analyse it, which is, of course, a graph. So this is a graph. This is the amount of effort that Pokemon creators have put in, and I've just realised there's a mistake. This is a bit unprofessional. What I meant to say was the lack of effort that the Pokemon creators have put in. And we've got the generations here. We could plot them on. This is the number of Pokemon that have been introduced per generation. I don't know if we have any statisticians in the house, because sometimes you do. It does happen. Maths. But there's something a bit funky going on here. I mean, I'm not a statistician. I just recreationally make graphs. But as always, I'm going to add some zones onto it. We can start off here. This was the original idea. Every original idea generally starts off strong. 151, real peak, pretty good. We're happy with that. It was followed up by the unworthy sequel, which, as you can see, was a massive dip. We then enter what I like to call the good times. This is where I joined in, and no, get your mind out the gutter, I don't mean that. And this is where I joined, so I joined around here, and I had a Generation 5 game there, and I actually went back and played Generation 3. This was the good times, and of course the good times were immediately followed by the bad times. Now, listen, we can sit here and do graphs, but let's get specific. Let's get specific. More specifically, using Tommy's top 2 points on why Pokemon is as dead as Roy Clarke's comedy career. Drowning out the music. There we go. That was the one joke. So Tommy's top 2 points. I've split them into 2. Number 1 is gym leaders. Let me explain for those of you that haven't played Pokemon. Gym leaders are, well, they're kind of like bosses that you have to beat in order to progress to the next stage. These are the Generation 1 bosses, and I think they're a very relatable, diverse, and realistic group of individuals. Let's break it down. We've got Misty. This is the girl you went to school with. I feel like that stage. We then have a crime boss and a ninja. So generally quite a realistic set of adversaries for you. Unfortunately, in recent years, it's kind of gone a bit wrong. Let me show you. This is the current selection of gym leaders. Now, I don't know about you, but they kind of seem like some kind of emo punk band that's really bad. And specifically, I call them Panic at the Hair Dye Salon. And I just think I'm going to simplify it for you very easily. I think that the realism is gone. Realism gone. So that was point number 1. And point number 2, we can introduce the Gen 7 problem, aka the horrific murder of the core principle of Pokemon. And basically, we have gym leaders. There's Misty again. We know Misty. This is Misty, the girl you went to school with, and more importantly, a gym leader. What then followed was a brutal decapitation of gym leaders in favour of something like the person from Scream, and in favour of something called trial captains. This lovely group of people from Generation 7. Now, I'm sure you're probably thinking, I know I am, what are trial captains? Well, I can sum it up very simply for you. Trial captains are gym leaders. They're just gym leaders, and they thought we wouldn't notice. They took the same thing, they renamed it and thought we wouldn't notice because they think we are idiots. Because we spend 120 quid every year on identical games for the sake of completion. They think we're stupid and we're not. We do it because we love it. We do it because we are the most masochistic fan community that has ever been seen. We have to catch every single Pokemon, every single one. And we do it because we love it.
Who is we?
And that's the top 2 points. But you see, the thing is, I've actually been very dishonest with all of you. I'm not here to rant about Pokemon. I'm actually here to tell you a bit of a story. My name is Tommy Gray. On the 22nd of February 2019, I attempted to complete a living Pokedex. What is a living Pokedex? Well, it's every single Pokemon caught and collected. I decided I gotta catch them all. You think I'm joking? I have a spreadsheet. This is my spreadsheet. As you can see, I've got a tally of what I've caught and what I haven't. Every single Pokemon, every single form of every Pokemon. It's quite the challenge. What game I catch them in, what date I did. You know, and this is insane, right? And I think, if we look, in 2020 I reached 50%. But I fear that I might never reach 100%. And I promised I would never let it get to me, but sometimes it does. Sometimes I just need to rant to a group of strangers about the hardships and troubles of trying to catch them all. My name is Tommy Carter Gray, and this was my story. Thanks very much!
Shit, man. That is too much time in front of a computer not wanking. Shit. Is that music still playing? Leave it. That's Lee Evans. Don't worry, Google it. He's a sweaty man. I went back there and I'm not going to let that get to me. And then I heard his Pokemon story and I was like, no, it does get to me. It does get to me. Are we moving shit? I got told earlier, fill the space because they're going to move it. And I was like, okay. And then I realised no one was doing anything. And I was like, how much time do you want me to fill? Fair enough, man. Fair enough. How did you like the PowerPoint? Good stuff. Yeah? Talk to Jake, but fair enough, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Don't get involved. Let's give it up to your boss up as well, by the way, everyone. There you go. When I'm up, they can get a drink, can't they? Yeah. Don't do it during the other acts. You know, they've got actual jokes. You know, I'm just here, mate. You can drink through me. I don't mind. All right? Does that sound good? Yeah? Fucking class. Well, with that, should we get our next act on? Yeah. Now there, you kind of went like this when I said that. As if a 10-minute PowerPoint about Pokemon was not enough for you.
It's made my year, how dare you?
Tell your face. You know what I mean? Come on! It's fucking 50% in 20... I believe in you, mate. I believe in you. You was wearing a Six musical shirt and I was like, oh, I'm going to get some MT material. Then I was like, Pokemon, okay. Right, all right, mate, you ready? Come on, Ed, cool Ed, 4 Toms. Fucking you ready for this shit? That's it, Tom, that's you in the corner. Don't fall asleep on that cushion. Okay. 3, 2, 1, please welcome stage, Graydon!
Hello everybody, I'm Graydon, and this is my first time at the Mooring Cafe. Thank you very much for having me. So I think it's only important you get to know a little bit about me before we start. Favourite films? Star Wars, Star Trek, The Fault in Our Stars, touch and go. Favourite activities? Not having sex. That got more of a cheer than it should have. It's not something I should be proud of. No, tonight everyone, I will be the loser act. You might have thought that was Tommy, it's not. He's our PowerPoint man. He does the PowerPoints. Name dropped earlier in the show was Roy. He's quite loud. He's quite shouty. You'll get to see him soon. We've got David later. He's black. But I'm the loser act. Do we need a minute? Was that? Are we good? Anyway, but I'm the loser act, and I think how best to explain that is through something that I love. Tommy loves Pokemon, but I love something, and when I say I love, oh, I love it. Oh, I get a little giddy when I think about it. And that's of course Lego. Yeah, more virgins in the house tonight. Now, before I do the rest of this set, I've had a word from our lovely president of the Stand-Up Society, who's not here tonight. That's Ross Stapleton. He came up to me and he said, "Graydon, I've got to talk to you about the jokes." And I said, "What is it, Ross Stapleton?" President of the Stand-Up Society. You have to call him that every time. He gets quite arsey about it. He said, I love the jokes. However, you did mention drugs, and as a society, we can't approve of that. So just give a little message, okay? But you don't approve of drugs. Now, Jake, I do not, and this goes for everyone, I do not approve of drugs. Anyway, I love Lego. I'm what is known as an AFOL. No, that is not an STD, don't worry. It stands for Adult Fan of Lego. However, a bit like an STD, if you go around telling people about it, chances are they're not going to want to sleep with you. I was very shocked to find out that Lego does not get you any pussy. That wasn't a joke. That's the truth. No, believe it or not, I've never gone up to a woman in a bar and gone, "Hey, do you want to know what my favourite Lego set is?" It's the Lego Star Wars Millennium Falcon Ultimate Collector Series, set number 91725. If anyone wants to buy it. Believe it or not, that doesn't send the panties flying. But that doesn't matter to me. I still love Lego, but I'll be the first to admit, there are some problems with it. Lego is a lot like drugs. See what I did there, full circle. Bear with me. They're both expensive. They're both addictive. And when my mother found out that I was still partaking in such activities, she was very disappointed. I think her words were, "God, I wish your father had used protection." Which I thought was a bit of an exaggeration to plastic toys. She was of course fine with the drugs. My mother is an avid penicillin user. I'm an asexual. No, I'm not. I'm a bisexual. That was wrong. That came out wrong. I've got asexual on the mind. I have an asexual friend. She's there. I'm panicking. I'm a bisexual. Thank you, Hannah. I'm a bisexual, which means that none of you in this room are safe. No. Especially you, sir. Especially you. Yeah, he's quite happy. I kid, of course. I'm not madly in love with all of you, I'll be honest. There are some munters in here tonight. Yeah, especially you, mate. Don't worry, you got a face for radio. No. I'm a bisexual. Sorry. I'm a bisexual. I don't like this. I hate this. I want to get rid of this. And I'll tell you for why. I went big Gavin and Stacey there, didn't I? After a long day of not only hand jobs, but also fingering, the last thing I want to do is this. I can't feel my fingers. Now, I don't know if any of you noticed my technique. This I'm referring to. You can probably tell I've never been with a woman. It looks like I'm trying to get Pringles out of the bottom of a can. I'm too sober. I've been Graydon. Thank you very much, everyone.
I know I am, I'm sure I am, I'm mates don't till I die. Mates don't till I die, and mates don't till I die. I know I am, I'm sure I am, I'm mates don't till I die. So as you can tell, I'm a big Gillingham fan. Do we actually have any Gillingham or Maidstone fans in tonight? Good, because I don't support either. No, but I'm a big fan of football. Do we have any other football fans in?
Yes!
Good, more than I was hoping for. Good. I love everything about football. I love the game itself, the atmosphere, the feeling of winning. I'd even go as far as to say I'm a bit of a self-proclaimed football hooligan. You know, I love the rude songs, the swearing at the referee, the binge drinking, but I don't want to be too associated with football hooliganism, you know, because most of them are alcoholic, wife-beating skinheads, and as you can tell, I'm more of an obese, wife-wanting hipster. But yes, we said we had some football fans in. Where are we? Where are we? You, sir, what team do you support?
Spurs, you know this, I work with you.
Thanks for helping for the purpose of the set. Spurs, never mind. Yes, Kate, my mum. That well-known football team, Lambert FC.
Every night.
Big up my mum. And you, sir, what team do you support, by any chance?
Charlton Athletic.
Charlton! That is a lucky coincidence, because I've got a joke about Charlton. Do you all want to hear my joke about Charlton?
Yeah!
You're going to be proper offended, mate. Proper offended. Right, here we go. This is my joke about Charlton. Charlton! There was a moment of confusion there, so let me clarify, alright? Charlton was the punchline, okay? You all be about that? Because the last time I told that joke, I was doing my bit, I was going, oh, what team do you support, what team do you support? And it landed on Chelsea, and I went, yeah, Chelsea, woo. And I finished my set, and I went off, and a guy literally grabbed me by the arm, and went, I want to hear your Chelsea joke. So I'm glad that you know I can clarify and make sure that no one grabs me after my set to have a go at me. But I was actually talking to this guy the other day, and he asked me if I knew many football jokes, and I said, well, I don't have that many in my arsenal. Thank you, Alfie, for clapping. I promise there's only a minute of that, all right? He then asked me where my favourite place to play football was. I said, Nottingham Forest. Brilliant, the Arsenal one went down better. Okay. He then started telling me about his daughter who supported the South London football team. I asked Chelsea, he went, no, her name's Megan. Getting there. He started getting a bit annoyed with all these football puns. So he looked me dead in my eyes and went, man, you. That's the last one, all right? The other thing I love is Urban Dictionary. Glasses first. Because I need to see what I'm reading. Cheers. Thank you. Actually, no, hold on. Oh, that's it. So I love Urban Dictionary. Do we have any other fans of Urban Dictionary in the house?
Yeah!
For those of you who don't know, Urban Dictionary is an online dictionary where people upload upload meanings of urban words or expressions. It's amazing, right? It's the internet. It's brilliant. And they do this thing where they upload a couple of words or phrases a day. It's like a daily word thing. And I found a couple that I just had to share with you. So the first one, if I can get to it, is love puff. Now, does anyone want to have a guess what love puff is? And no, it's not what an asthmatic does before having sex. Glad the asthma material went down. This is what love puff means. A silent fart released whilst in bed with your partner, which you are hoping doesn't smell, but does. By calling it a love puff, you hope to maintain some level of cuteness and overcome the source of the bad smell that threatens to ruin an otherwise romantic moment. Now, the other brilliant thing I love about Urban Dictionary is the fact that they always give an example of the word or phrase in a sentence. So this is the example of love puff. Oh, whoopsie, I did a little love puff. Thank you. The second one I wanted to share with you came across as a bit unusual to me and didn't seem quite real. So I thought I'd bring it with you guys tonight and we can figure it out together. All right? So the next one is brochet. Activity in which bros gather around and crochet. Usually occurs in the latter stages of the romance. It's a pretty chill thing to do. So again, this is an example. Bro 1, yo, we gonna brochet tonight? To which bro 2 goes, hell yeah, you bring the yarn and I'll bring the natty. Which for context is natty, a slang term for natural light beer, a favourite among college students. Now this can be used in two ways. A keg of natty, aw damn. And the second way it can be used is, go get me a natty. So, yes, I was a bit unsure whether brochet was a real thing or not, so I thought I wanted to try it out. Ed, Jake, you look like bros. Do you brochet? And if so, who brings the yarn? Who brings the natty? You bring the natty, you bring the yarn. Great banter, Maury. You two at the back, Tom and Kieran, you look like bros in a bromance. Do you brochet? And if so, who brings the yarn and who brings the natty?
Tom definitely brings the yarn.
Cheers, Tom and Kieran! The third one that I wanted to share with you is very apt for the world we live in right now, and I think we should all start using it in our day-to-day lives. So the third one is Putinism. Now, what's brilliant about this one is they have told us in the definition the example of what actually type of word it is. So here we go. Noun. Thanks, babe. A bold-faced lie so audaciously transparent that it defies all conceivable logic. A lie ardently defended even when the liar knows it's a lie and that the person who's being lied to knows that the liar knows he's lying. Derived from the wildly bizarre claims and assertions of Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin in regards to nearly any situation. Now, I'm going to read the example out for this one as well. It's brilliant, it's got names and everything. Alright? Robbie. I finally broke up with Sue. I caught her cheating red-handed finally. Nikolai. I thought she knew that you knew. Thanks. Robbie. She did. I told her. She still said she wasn't cheating, but she knew I didn't believe her. She even knew! Sorry, it's in all caps. She even knew that I knew. Nikolai. Well, That girl is just one putinism after the next. So there we go, that's one word we can all start using in our day-to-day lives. But if I'm going to be honest, Maureen, the real reason why I don't want to be associated with football hooliganism is because I looked it up on Urban Dictionary, right? And two things came up that I thought I just had to share with you, all right? So the first one is just description of a football hooligan. Chest, England shirt or bare beer belly. Legs, blue jeans or optionally tracksuit for the thinner hooligan. Right hand, either a half-full bottle of Carlsberg or a broken bottle of Carlsberg. Left hand, brick. Fingers, fake gold jewellery. Head, skinhead. Face, temporary face paint of St George's Cross. Feet, Reebok Classics. Pocket, mobile phone to call other football hooligans. Mouth, foul language. Cranium, a lonely brain cell. The second thing I found was a definition of hooliganism, or football hooligans even. An alcoholic, wife-beating skinhead. I definitely didn't change it for the purpose of this set. They hang out outside football stadiums and in local pubs and cause civil unrest. They often look for trouble and are very right wing, like Tommy Robinson right wing. If they catch you wearing a shirt of another team, you better get your ass out of there before they get their beer belly and whoop your ass. Famously angry football hooligans include supporters of the England team, Liverpool Football Club, cheers Ollie, and any team in Scotland. So the definition just simply reads, the example even just reads, those Celtic football hooligans beat me up. Thanks, Urban Dictionary. The last thing I wanted to share about Urban Dictionary with you guys is the fact that Urban Dictionary gets the true source of meanings of words. And the example I wanted to use is from the 1981 classic by Men at Work, Down Under. Now, in their song, reads a line, he just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. Now, I want to focus on Vegemite sandwich. You're probably thinking, what's wrong with that? Vegemite is an Australian food, it's a song about Australia, it has Australia, yeah, it's fine, yeah. Well, here's what Urban Dictionary has to say about Vegemite sandwiches. Vegemite sandwich, an event wherein a person who has recently defecated requests a rim job from another person. Vegemite sandwiches were originally popularised by Men at Work in their 80s classic Down Under. This is brilliant. Bruce gave me the best Vegemite sandwich I've ever had. Now, just to clarify, in case no one knows what a rim job is, this is what Urban Dictionary has to say about rim jobs. Rim job, the action in which person A licks, tongues and otherwise stimulate person B's anus or anal area. Person B generally derives pleasure from the rim job. And again, this is great. Sally gave me a rim job last night. That blew my mind. So, I admit I probably went a bit too far there. But think about it, right? I'm bred from a man in Brussels. He was 6'4" and full of muscles. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. Okay, I dare you all now to go home and try and listen to that song without thinking about that, alright? I'm actually nearly done, so thank you so much, you've been amazing. But I don't know about you guys, after the show, I think I'm going to go home and brochet and take part in some putinism before I love puff and have a Vegemite sandwich. I've been Daniel Lambert, thank you very much!
Vegemite fucking sandwich. Shit. Also, I am now going to take applications for a fellow crocheter, so that's Thanks for introducing a new hobby into my life, man. That's fucking nice, man. Alright, haven't these acts been so fucking good this first half? Yeah, man. Yeah, they deserve every bit of energy you give them. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I liked your heckle, by the way. Your mum. Oh, mamma mia. So top draw banter. That's fine. That's fine. He handled it perfectly, though. So, do you know his mum?
I'm off his mum.
Everyone knows about his man.
Wish I had more time to delve into his mum. That's what she said. Yeah! Sorry, that was terrible. Good ching. Guys, we've come to that point in the evening where we've reached our penultimate act for the first half. Okay, right, that's cool. Yeah. Go again, but really emphasise that, we want to really panto this shit up. Are you ready? Oh, guys, we've reached the penultimate act of the first half. But don't worry, you're going to have shitloads of acts in the second half. Cheap. Every single one of you. Are you ready for your penultimate act of the first half? Yes, oh my God. Yes. This is the guy. The guy with a dead career. Holy shit. We're about to see how dead this guy is. I'm so excited. That was a whole PowerPoint on you, lad. I've never fucking seen anything like it. I've never been to a night where there's a PowerPoint, his own Susie Dent giving over fucking notebooks. What's fucking this got? I'm excited. Are you guys ready for our next act? Yeah! Okay, right, well, after three, we're going to bring out for Roy Clarke. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3! You alright, gang? Hello, my name is Roy Clarke. I'm the human equivalent of the mouse from Flushed Away. I love the bar stuff. You're all looking beautiful tonight, by the way, guys. Especially you, Ollie. What? Give up for Ollie. Can you come out here for a second, mate? Sorry? Can you come out here for a second? I don't fucking care, do I? Have a look at Ollie, guys. Ain't he beautiful? Have any of you seen? Any of you know Peaky Blinders? Do any of you know Walter from Dennis the Menace? Get back to me here, mate. Go on. Let's see, what have I got? Harvey, can you do me a favour? Can you just hold this notebook for me? There you go. Just there, perfect. So I'm going to play a game with you guys tonight. I want hands up. Who thinks they have, just hands up only, no shouting, who thinks they have the most followers on a social media platform? Hands up. Love this bit. Everyone's thinking, is PewDiePie in the room? People's threshold for what is a lot of followers is going a bit lower and a bit lower. We're going to stay here all fucking night. Who thinks they have the most followers in the room? Who thinks they have the most followers? Oh, Hannah Yarwood. Nice of you to raise your hand. What social media do you have the most followers on?
Oh, we're talking, okay, just followers.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check.
Instagram. How many followers do you have on that?
1,176.
1,176. Can anyone beat that?
Yeah, me.
Alright, how many followers do you have?
I have
A guesstimate will do.
1,438.
Oh. Any advances on 1,400? Going once, going twice. Oh, Rosie?
I think I have 1,600.
1,600! Oh, it's heating up. Okay, any more? 1,600. 1,600 is the mark. Any more than 1,600? 1,600? Is that our... Oh!
I have 2K on TikTok.
2K on TikTok! Fucking hell. What do you do on TikTok?
Nothing.
No. I can see why you've got 2K. Oh, fuck me! You've been outdone. Okay, well, I have 600 followers on Instagram. Doesn't sound like a lot after 8K, but keep in mind that's 588 more than Jesus. And I'm still alive. So, I want to tell a story, guys. Cast your mind back to a couple of weeks, a few years ago. When I was back at school, I showed up for form time. It was about 8:30, or as I like to call it, 4.
Thank you, honey Yarwood. And we were all waiting for form teacher to show up, and we were sitting there for about like 10 minutes. We noticed this is kind of weird, like teacher hasn't shown up yet. And I tell you what, fucking John T strolls up to the front of the class, says, "All right, guys, not sure if you know this, but if the teacher don't show up for 15 minutes, some of you see where I'm going with. If the teacher don't show up for 15 minutes, then legally, you're allowed to leave. It's legal." So we all sat around for about 5 more minutes, and the unthinkable thing happened. 15 minutes passed, and no teacher arrived. Well, this has never happened before in the history of man. So we looked to our leader, John T, and he said, "Well, I guess we're fucking leaving." We sort of tiptoe out of the classroom like a sort of crossover between Horrid Henry and Prison Break, make our way through the school, and eventually make it outside of the school premises. We made it out alive. We thought, well, we have all the freedom in the world, we're not doing school anymore, what shall we do? John T, again, front of the fucking crowd, like a sort of Che Guevara in Adidas. Mackey's. Because that's what we did. So we all walked down to Mackey's. We decided to take our little venture on the road. We make it about like half an hour down the high street, and no one stopped us. Oh, we turned the corner onto the high street though, and what do we see but old Bobby Law, the police. And he sort of said, hello. He's from the Beano cartoon, in fact. Hello. What's going on here then? And we, of course, pushed John T to the front of the crowd. He steps up to the police officer. Well, you see, we were informed and no teacher showed up, so we thought Well, tell me, son, how long were you left unattended for? Well, officer, we were left on our own for 15 minutes. Well, then legally, you're allowed. Well, so we make it down to McDonald's eventually, and it's my favourite time of the year, McDonald's Monopoly. Got any McDonald's Monopoly fans in? Love to hear it. I love it. It's like gambling. You give them your money, you never know whether you'll get constipation, diarrhea, or crippling regrets. Somehow all three. I like to go into McDonald's, get the Monopoly stickers, because I'm never really thinking I'm going to win the £100,000. I'm hoping to get more McDonald's. And I peel off that thing, and sometimes you get items you'd never normally order, like, I don't know if you've ever bought a Mc salad, but finally, something to stop my Mc heart attack. I get my meal, I get my classic meal, double bacon cheeseburger, apple pie, and a bottle of Mc milk. Take it on the tray, go over, put it on my Mc table, sit down on my chair. And because I'm a psychopath, I start with the apple pie. Now, I'm not sure if any of you have had a McDonald's apple pie. You'll know from the outside it looks like a deep-fried purse. And on the inside, napalm. Is the hottest substance. Hashtag cool down McDonald's apple pie. Miriam, can you get that trending for me? 2K, let's go. What I like to do is get the chips, dip them in the apple pie, throw them at the members of staff, see if I can leave a McScar. Oh, this is a doozy. So David Clarke, my dad, he gave me a joke. He was meant to be coming tonight, and when I told him that I was going to be telling this joke, he mysteriously had a meeting. So here is David Clarke, my dad's joke. What did Putin say to the English government when he heard they were thinking about taking action against his invasion of Europe? What did Putin say to the English government when he heard they were thinking about taking action against his invasion of Europe? Don't Ukraine on my parade. So I was dating a German girl recently.
She sounds hot.
The reason she left me is because I said that, historically speaking, Himmler was a massive simp for Hitler. Which is, historically speaking, accurate, But it wasn't really that did it. It was more the fanfic that was the problem. I thought while I've dated a German girl, I'll have a go. Try and learn the language. I downloaded Duolingo. Any Duolingo fans in? Yeah. Okay, good. It makes a game out of learning a language. They have like gems that you can collect, like a premium. There's like Clash of Clans for language, basically, and you can unlock different modules. And one of the modules that you could unlock was flirting. Now, I've never been in a relationship with microtransactions before. It was very exciting. I ended up not getting the flirting module. I went for the food module. That's right, I know how to order Das McChicken nuggets now. The first thing you learn in the food module is how to order Brot und Wasser, and you all know what that means? Bread and water. Perfect. So I'm sorted if I ever go to prison. In Germany. For saying that Himmler was a massive symbol for Hitler. Anyone seen Real Steel starring Hugh Jackman? Yeah, we got a Real Steel fan. You're gonna fucking love this next bit, Ollie. So Real Steel is a film made with Hugh Jackman about boxing robots. To give you a bit of context for it, there's a scene in the film where he canonically sells the custody of his son for $50,000, which he immediately spends on the boxing robots. This film cost $110 million to make. Now, Mr. Film fan over here, you probably know that's a lot of money. Any of you that don't get like the gauge of what film budgets are, The Godfather Part 1 cost $6 million. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen Real Steel, but I would not equate it to 18 The Godfathers. Alvin and the Chipmunks 2, The Squeakquel, cost $60 million. I'm not sure if you've seen Real Steel, but I would not equate it to 2 Alvin and the Chipmunks 2, The Squeakquels. According to Cal Skinner of the Illinois Review, with a budget of $110 million, you could build 880 schools across Africa. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen Real Steel, but I would not equate it to 880 schools across Africa. My mum grew up in communist Latvia. I'm not sure if you know about the Soviets, they're not great at running countries. It was sort of starvation.
Sorry. Cold bottle of wine, baby.
I was not expecting the starvation material to land so well. I'm honestly not sure how to go on right now. She standed in line for hours, hoping to get food. People stand there for ages, and sometimes you get to the front of the line. Are you alright? You sometimes get to the front of the line and they just run out of food. I asked my mum, well, what did you do when there was no food? And she said, well, Roy, my mum's Latvian. She said, well, Roy, when there was no food, we eat what we can. So you find the mushroom, you put it in the stew. You find the roadkill, you put it in the stew. When my dog died, I turned to my mum, and she turned to me, and she said, well, Olga, can you do me... her mum was from Cheltenham, for context. Well, Olga, can you do me a favour? Pop that in a stew. One of the worst things about growing up in Soviet Latvia... Guys, people canonically died. The worst thing about growing up in Soviet Latvia was the lack of media. So you'd sit there for hours, only thing on the television was sort of Soviet propaganda. And my mum would go to school, go home, Soviet propaganda. Go to school, go home, Soviet propaganda. Go to school, go home, Soviet propaganda. But even she, I think, wouldn't want to watch Ross Stapleton's material. I've been working hard, everyone's leaving.
Give it up again, fucking hell!
Ross Stapleton getting this is...
Oh, there we go. There we are. I know the next act is not that tall, so I'm just trying to do a bit of admin. Fuck me, man. That was good. That was good. His comedy career is not dead in the war, is it? No. No fucking way, man. No fucking way. Yours is, but that's fine.
You don't know me.
I don't need to know you to know you're a prick. It's alright. Yeah, it's fair, isn't it? It's fair.
I said your dad was a little small prick last night.
Did you? I haven't seen my dad since I was about 8. He's dead. Anyway, well, he's dead to me. He left. You know what I mean? I don't fucking know. This is nice, isn't it? Getting onto the dad material. Anyone else here got daddy issues? Yeah. Sick. It's good. Mainly the comics. Did you hear that? It explains a lot, doesn't it? Honestly, yeah. It's cheaper than therapy up here. You know what I mean? You should try it. Okay, not the time to slag people off, mate. No. No. Alright. I'll stop. Oh God. How we feel? We had a good night so far? Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. You unlocked a little memory for me there, man. You mentioned Duolingo. Well, I generally work in a primary school, and not too long ago I was very hungover at work because I'm a professional. And they said to me, they were like, "Can you There's a little girl. She speaks Spanish. Do you speak any?" Yeah, I speak Spanish. I fucking don't. Duolingo has sent me 89-day reminders, mate. But I can do it because I thought I'd be able to get a bit of time out. You know what I mean? So she came up to me. She was like, "Hola, Mr. Scott," and I was like, "Hola, you right?" Okay. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Te llamo Mr. Scott. Yeah. El bebe leche. I think that means I eat milk. I'm not quite sure. And then I really fucking lost it at one point, mate. I just looked at her and went, omelette du fromage, which, as we know, isn't even fucking Spanish. All right, are we ready for our first headliner of the night? Yeah. It's a headliner, that means we'll use to take the roof off this place more. Are you ready for your first headliner of the night? Yeah. What you are, you off. All right, on the count of 3, we're going to all cheer for Hannah Yarwood. Are you ready? Are you ready, mate? 3, 2, 1, please welcome!
Could you hold that? And that one. Thank you. Give up for my boyfriend, everyone! He hates when I do that, so I do it more often. How are we feeling, by the way? There was a slight pause there. It's concerning. Danny Scott kindly called me a headliner, which is kind because I've recently done a gig for Danny in Ashford.
What?
I went down like a fucking lead balloon. It was terrible. It was fucking terrible. And I spoke to Danny afterwards, and he gave me advice. And I was like, you need to let the audience see your persona, let them know a little bit about you. And I don't think I'm selling how bad I went down. I opened with a joke about Judaism. They were all quiet. I panicked and I went, thought a Jew joke would have gone down better in Ashford. I don't know. As a Jew from North London, I thought that would get him. 1-0. No, it didn't work. So, to let you know a little about me, my name's Hannah Yarwood, I'm 19, I studied drama at the University of Kent, and I was born the youngest of 3, which meant I grew up an attention seeker. Any youngest siblings in? Yeah. It's a hard life, it's a fucking hard life. I grew up with a drug addict for a sister and one with a disability, so I stood no fucking chance. But apparently getting plastic surgery and dating a 6'4" ginger is what did it for me. I grew up, I was called selfish, I was called bitchy, I was called egotistical, synonyms, and I think that was because of my stance on donating to charity. I donate to charities if I think they serve me some sort of purpose in the future. And I don't think that is selfish, I think that's resourceful, okay? If I want to donate to a suicide hotline or like the Samaritans, as a drama student, that's an investment in my future. But if you ask me to donate to save the children, I say fuck the children. Maybe not those exact words, but you get the gist. Segues are weird. Segues are really weird. So I have a boyfriend. Let the ping drop. That will come to you on the way home. I have a boyfriend, and I speak about him. I'm now gesturing to him. I speak about him about 95% of the time, especially during comedy sets. And that's not me saying our relationship's a joke. Because it's not. But as someone who wants to be a comedian, I found myself in a very fortunate situation. Thank you for agreeing. I got out of a relationship and I started my whore phase with him and it ended very quickly. It was a fun week. We're now in a very committed relationship. But we're in that stage where if he asked me to marry him tomorrow, I would say yes, but if he continued to grind his fucking teeth, I would hang him. It could be worse, it could be worse. Has anyone in here been broken up with because their boyfriend or girlfriend's partner or friend didn't like them? Fair enough. I can one up all of you. I was broken up with because Tom Fletcher from McFly didn't like me. Any McFly fans in? Fuck you all. I have a personal vendetta about Tom Fletcher, and I have held this since I was 15, because he broke up my first relationship. Are you aware of who McFly are? You look very puzzled.
No,
Like a Brit indie band, early 2000s. Google it when you get home, along with Lee Evans, it will go down well. So I was 15, I was dating someone, it was all going well. He went on a British talent show that rhymes with Schmidt and Schmott talent. And he was a golden buzzer act, and he didn't win, loser. But Tom Fletcher liked what he saw, so he picked him up and he now helps manage them. And he's touring, he's actually got a gig tonight, random, but I don't care. I'm over it. And Tom Fletcher said, you need to bin her off to give you a clean cut look. Fucking weird. We were 15. Alright. Not that I keep tabs or anything. Please have my book. Thank you. But he's managed to keep up this said clean cut look for a few years now. So I found some Instagram captions, because I am over it and I'm in a very happy relationship now. But he's got some Instagram captions that help with said clean cut look. Number 1. I don't know why, but I want to drink all the time. Number 2. Who is excited to get fucking depressed, sad, and happy all at once? That's a lot. And my favourite, number 3, we are the Generation Sex. So if Tom Fletcher wanted to help with the clean cut look, obviously getting rid of me was the right thing to do. So thank you very much. I've been Hannah Yarwood. You've been a lovely audience.
Give it up again for Hannah Yarwood! Right guys, we're going to have 15-20 minutes, what I've been told, so just listen out for the 5-minute call. But before we go, let's just give one more time for all you actually saw in the first half. We have PowerPoint Tommy! We have Graydon! Daniel Lambert! Clarke! Anky Damz! Susie Dent with all the props! We'll see you again in like 15-20. Support the bar, get drinks, let's get fucked up and have a good time. See you in a bit. Here we get drinks!
Yeah!
Did someone say no? Why?
You know why.
Oh, they're just behind you. I'm here. Order it during my set. Fuck it. I'm not boring, do you? Who gives a shit? What are you having? What are you getting? Double vodka and coke. Anyone else with double vodka and coke? No? On your own. How we all think? Did we all have a good Valentine's Day? No? My kind of people. Fuck yeah. Oh, are we all single as fuck? Just hands up. Never had hands up before. And I'm working at school. Just hands up. Give me a cheer if you're in a relationship. Oh yeah? None of us knew, Hannah. None of us knew. Didn't seem to mention it. I don't know if you. Aha! Banter.
Single again.
Yeah, I'm single. Single as shit, man. Not. Yeah, man. Yeah. Explains comedy, doesn't it? Fucking hell. You find a lot of comedians are single. You find that the ones who gig a lot over Valentine's Day are single as well. I did a half-hour set in Dover. That's how fucking single I am. There was a fucking bottomless brunch next to me. And I was like, you alright? And they were like, yeah! I was like, cool. And they were like, are you single? I was like, yes. Hence I'm here. Fucking, she had 12 porn star martinis during my set, mate. 12. That was a competition, I set her though. She was on 4, I went, you're getting double figures. So it worked. That was fucking good. I'm not very good at being single. Not gonna lie. I was talking to a girl on Hinge. Ooh. Ooh, indeed. Yep, that's right. It's the posh one, mate. There's prompts and everything. They have a voice prompt now. Yeah, I've got it all, mate. They got it all. And this girl asked me, she was like, which character from Shrek do you most relate yourself to? And I was like, fucking donkey. Of course. Because look, I'm loud, annoying, but fun on a road trip. And she replied, she went, yeah, I can see it. Is it because of the teeth? See, when that gets a laugh, I always think to myself, why are they laughing? Do they agree? Yeah. Who said yeah? Go fuck yourself. I'm insecure. It does get a bit worse than that. I was talking to a girl recently and it was going very well for all of the 4 days that I was talking to her. It was very nice. She even spoke to my mum on FaceTime. I mean, in them 4 days, that's how well it was going, Jake. Huh? Well, thanks, mate. Fucking spud me, son. Do you want to hear how I fucked it up, Jake?
Yeah, I do.
Because I did. She asked me, she was like, so what sort of hobbies do you have? And I was like, well, I love a good book, because I lied, obviously. And my phone auto-corrected it to I love a good bukkake. Now, normally I have to explain what a bukkake is, but looking at the clientele, I don't think I do tonight. Raise your hand if you don't know what a bukkake is. I fucking love you, Canterbury. This is a vibe, man. We all know what a bukkake is. Why do you think the interval was 12 minutes longer than we all thought it was going to be? Fair play. Good way. You know, her problem wasn't even the fact that it corrected to that. Her problem was the fact that it was in my autocorrect over the word book. But in my defence, when was the last time you saw a Pornhub category book circle? You know what I mean? I've got a point. Although, would love to see it. What you got there? That's just someone reading a book in a circle. Right? It's just a funny little thought, isn't it? Funny little thought. Just click a Pornhub. I'm ready. Oh, they're just reading Harry Potter. Cool. This is great. It's a fucking nice idea. It's a nice idea. I'm also going to let you know about me becoming single, because I think that's a fun time. Yeah, that's right. I told you earlier it's a bit like therapy, and it kind of is sometimes, mate. It kind of is. I broke up on New Year's Day. Yum, 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 yum. Sympathy. Yum, 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 yum. Give it to me. Sympathy. It was New Year's Day of 2021, because 2020 weren't bad enough. Fuck me, mate. Honestly, it was interesting. I know the moment I know the moment it was going downhill, we were having sex, mate. Yeah, we used to do that sometimes. Jake keeps me more we used to have sex. And she was really worried, right, that all her housemates were going to come home, because it was also downstairs, mate. Fucking hell. Yeah. Not to the bedroom. Fucking so cool. Don't look at me as if I'm not, mate. And so she said, she went, you know, it'd be really fucking sexy, like. She was Russian. Is that a good accent? I'm working on my accents. Good accent? Cool. Drama students. No. You really need to Stanislavski, come on, Dan. Really think about the accent. Where are they from? Whereabouts? No, they from. Whereabouts? Sorry, I'll try again. Listen here, you laddie! Is that better for you?
Oh, yes.
Who said that was racist?
You said she was Russian.
I know, that's the joke. Fuck. Yeah, I did say she was Russian, didn't I? Yeah, alright. Well, I don't. Compare the market. You know, you get them phrases you just say to get yourself in an accent. You compare the market. Alright. I don't. This is coming down. Do you want me to try Russian? Oh no, she wasn't. You want me to fuck, of course you do. Why do they ask, Danny? Why do you ask? Always learn. Listen, Danny. I'm in the zone. Hang on, I'm so transfixed on doing this accent. You must. No, I fucked her. She wasn't even Russian. She was Irish. That was the whole thing. So it's the only accent I can do under these conditions. Ever tried doing an accent in front of people? No. Okay. So it really kind of takes away from what actually said, mate, as well. I'm not gonna lie. This is a really anticlimactic. You ready for a really anticlimactic thing? She went, you know, it'd be really sexy, like, if you put your clothes back on. 100% true. So I put a t-shirt on, of course, and I instantly felt like I was like taking part in some Winnie the Pooh fetish. Now, tell me another comedian on the circuit that starts a set with a bukkake and ends with Winnie the Pooh. I'm also available for kids' parties. I think you all feel warmed up for the second half. You warmed up for the second half? Yeah! I need my notebook. Okay. See that transition? You won't see Lee Evans do that shit. We actually had a little chat about comics. She knows one, and that's good. That's fine. That was true, by the way. That was a genuine conversation we had. And you know Joe Lycett, don't you? Not personally. No, not personally. Is he your uncle? I didn't fucking shit the bed. Fucking hell. Are we ready for the second half of comedy? Yeah! These guys who have been lovely, they've agreed to stay open a little bit later. Please give them a big round of applause before we crack on. Despite me and Anky having to drive 2 hours home. That's okay though. I'm messing, lads. I love you. Love your waistcoat. Keep it on. Okay. That's right. I'm bringing the tone back down. So let's go. Smash it. Smart. Manipulate the room. I'm like Geppetto. Is that his name? Fuck knows. Right. Are you ready, Ed? You sure? Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what I want. Lean forward. Lean forward, Ed. Right, okay. Your first act for the second half is Ent James. So, on a count of 3, that's your fucking job, mate. You had one job, Ed. I'll do it! I know it was a long interval, mate, but you have one job. Alright? Come on. I believe in you. We all believe in Ed, don't we? Come on! Let's get this energy up, boy, right? 3, 2, 1! Good evening, everybody. I mean, that first half was just stellar. Like, the bar is so high. So I'm just going to bring it back down a little bit. Right, so just a little bit about me, just in case you guys weren't here for the last set I did here. Basically, I'm non-binary, which means that growing up at secondary school, I fucking hated computer science. But a little bit more about me. Thank you. I'm Ent James. I'm also James, I'm also known as by Hannah's mum as the guy in the hat. It's a bit of a stellar thing. A little bit more about me though. I studied joint honours at Kent Uni. I do drama and history, and that basically means that my calendar for the week kind of represents Jekyll and Hyde. So one day of the week, I'm a theatre student. Hi Stellar, you fucking bitch. How are you doing tonight? Hey Ollie, you dirty whore. How are you doing? Hey George, you cunt. Tell you what, fuck George over there. I tell you what, he auditioned for Chicago. It was so shit, man. How the fuck did he get that? It was so much better. And then we go into history students, and Alfie, my man. You do history, don't you?
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah.
You're gonna love this.
I'm law, so I can have a job afterwards.
Why do you think I'm here, man? So yeah, history students usually have some interesting takes, like, you know, I just don't think that women really deserve the right to vote. I mean, I guess next to International Women's Day at all. But if you disagree with me, you know, here's 3 essays from the 60s written by a dead white man to back me up. And so last time I was here, I did a set about military history students specifically because, well, they suck. And I thought that a lot of them would hate it and get a lot of backlash, but a lot of them actually loved it. And so I thought I'd read some of the fan mail that I actually received last time I was here. Yes, it's a two-handed job, this one. Not first time, second time. Reading mode. This is one of my favourite letters I've ever received. Dear James, how fucking dare you! I'll have you know that military history does not just mean that I know that the Panzer 7A/42 shits was better than the Panzer A74/wannabe cunt smasher! In fact, the Panzer 4269 wannabe cunt smasher was superior in every way to its predecessor, the Panzer 7A/42 shits, including the rivets. The connotation that I have never spoken to a woman before is simply sabotagingly slanderous. I will have you know that my mummy is in fact a woman, and thus rendering your point totally worthless. See you in class on Friday, Edward James Wellington. P.S. Have you done the essay for Monday? I'm scared and panicking. Thank you, Edward, for your kind message. Now, you might have seen earlier in the act that a couple of people were using notes and other stuff. I consider that cheating, you fucking bastards. I understand a lot of people might not know where this is, but has anyone ever been to London before? Wow, it's a lot more people than I thought. Someone like pointed out in a newspaper this time, you know, mentioned it as one of those hot spots that locals love. Now tourists are going to fucking flood it all the time. Bromley's off the cards, Peckham's off the cards. How am I going to relax in Piccadilly Circus now? So anyway, I went to London to watch a band that absolutely none of you give a shit about. And, you know, after a few hours, I just started thinking as I was going around the place, what the fuck is wrong with London?
I feel like the cars there have worse pathfinding than a GTA game. Like, there was a guy that thought it'd be a great idea to try a new tactic of driving called parallel driving. He kind of just decided to sit his car in between the two lanes of the road and just kind of sit there for about 10 minutes, just kind of watching everyone as the traffic built up. And I wouldn't think that this was out of the ordinary for London, but literally 20 minutes prior, a guy came out with his bicycle in between two 30,000 metal death machines coming straight for him, and thought that'd be a great time to cross the road. So, for context, I stayed in a place called Greater Kilburn, which implies the existence of a lesser Kilburn. And if it's lesser, I do not want to go there. Is anyone familiar with Kilburn in any way? Yeah. Really earns his name of killing and burning, doesn't it? It looks like someone's done exactly that through it. We were just, waiting for the bus stop, when a guy kind of just walks on up next to the bus stop and puts down 3 yellow jars of a suspicious fluid. Could have been piss. Could have been pickle juice. Either way, it tasted really salty. On the bus, we were just going merrily by, so we thought. You see, there was this very distinguished gentleman sat in front of us in a grey tracksuit and more than one suspicious stain. And as he's getting off, he turns around and he looks at us and he says, excuse me, you're a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit for robbing my mother 12 years ago. And he just left. Now, I'm not exactly privy to what I was doing when I was 7. But could have visited him. My first memory was at 8. Could have done that. Didn't go to London until 12 though, so he must have lived in Somerset for how many fucking years. Oh, look at that, I'm soft script. I've been breaking into these new Doc Martens recently, and I must say, having all of this leather, it's just making me feel like I'm in the new Batman movie. It's great. 1 second. I just love that sound. Didn't come off as well as I'd liked. But yeah, it's not the only thing I've been breaking into. I've been breaking into Gaps, Primarks, that guy's mum's house, apparently. Now, for the next bit of the story, I've been kindly informed by Joe Graydon that Ross, president of the Stand-Up Society, has kind of got a no drugs policy. So I've got to say, I do not condone the use of drugs. So can everyone repeat after me? I do not condone the use of drugs. So yeah, in London we were doing crystal meth. And the witching hour of midnight, we were just kind of running around frantically, robbing houses. And I just turned to my friend Jay and I'm like, Jay, is it just me or is my face always spotty? And he just turns to me and he's like, no dear, no, that's just the acne scars that you've got. And I go, wait, the acne what? So it turns out my teenage years have not just physically scarred my face, but also emotionally scarred me, which is a fun fact to think about. Speaking of mental trauma, I booked an appointment with the University Mental Health Clinic for an appointment, and so one of the things that I found out was that I might be a little bit neurodivergent. Now, luckily for me, Ross, president of the Stand-Up Society, isn't here for me to step on his shoes for this next bit. Now, I don't know if any of you are very aware with ADHD. Yeah. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. And anyone that has ADHD in the room will know that that covers maybe about 2% of the symptoms that it actually has. Yeah. So a couple of these little fun, spicy things is forgetfulness, like forgetting appointments, forgetting important deadlines, and forgetting your lines and stuff. Important stuff that you really should remember, as well as inattentiveness and hyperfixation. So a lack of energy and a surplus of it at the same time. And it also has the important side effect of forgetfulness, which involves missing deadlines, forgetting lines, and also missing appointments. So I held off writing too much of this set for tonight because I thought my mental health is funny. Unfortunately for me, a common symptom of ADHD is apparently forgetfulness, which means that you forget your appointments, your deadlines, and your lines. So today, I missed my appointment, I missed the deadline for this show,
I wonder what it was. But you mentioned London, he got it spot on. Just this morning, I got shouted at on the tube for drinking a Capri Sun.
You shouldn't live for kids.
To be fair, it was his daughter's. You were getting there. I heard you. I heard. Was it you? Did you say that? No? Who said the kids bit? The person laying down? You actually popped up. Sorry, he said he did that. I thought he was blaming someone, and she literally just went.
It was me.
Fair enough. Are you ready for your next act? Okay, right, give it up, please, for the man with the best surname I've ever fucking heard. It's a Mr. Niall Bultitude!
Not gonna lie, I feel a little bit left out. In the first half, everyone was giving Harvey things to hold. So as soon as he comes out, can someone get him a double rum and coke? No, just a hold, it's mine. I'm being serious, yeah. Oh, there he is, yeah. Can someone get him a double rum and coke? It's mine though, I'm just gonna hold it for myself. Yeah. So, as has been pointed out multiple times, Stand-Up Comedy Society Vice President, that's me. The President, Ross Stapleton, isn't here. Do you know what that means? I can seize control. Been waiting many months for this, and it's finally here. But, before I get into that, I'm going to plug the Instagram at the start of the set, just because I now have your attention. So yeah, that's at UKC Stand-Up. I run the socials, you see. Yeah. I do that. See, Ross doesn't do that. I run the socials. Yeah. And while I'm plugging that, Tommy, who performed before, he's running for Vice President of Student Engagement, so vote for him tomorrow. Yeah.
Vote Tommy!
Okay, that's enough of that. So, fun fact about me, right? This is going to shock you. You're not going to believe this. I have never been in a relationship.
What?
I know. Me, the autistic film student who has 3 Michael Myers masks and can't hold a microphone because of shaky anxiety hands, has never been in a relationship. No, I don't get the point of couples. They're pointless, I don't get it. Let me explain. Right. Essentially, it's like a parasitic worm that just kind of hangs around with you all the time. This is an outsider perspective, I could be wrong, but except for some reason that you choose it, you actually choose to do that. And then it seems like, from my perspective, you just gradually get more and more sick of their presence. You know, take my parents, for example. One thing I share with my dad is that our favourite number is 23 for reasons I can't go into now because that's like 5 years worth of law. Coincidentally, that's almost how many years my parents were married. Yeah. That almost, not quite. It might sound like a sad story. It is. When you learn that it ended because my mum found out the truth about her identity, that she doesn't like cis men, it becomes less sad. For her anyway, not for my dad. And then when you learn that my dad's middle name is Ross, it becomes mental if you've seen the first season of Friends. Anyway, yeah, they almost lasted that long, but not quite. All right, here's a line you've never heard a comedian say before. Have you got any couples in today? Yeah, good for you. I would do the normal couple thing, like the normal comedian thing, and say, how long have you been together? But to be honest, I don't really give a shit. So I'm gonna move on from that. Just it is a line that comedians always use, and then they always talk about it, but that requires general conversation, which, as I mentioned, I am autistic. Yeah, I'm not very good at that. However, I fucking hate couples. Let me explain why. Because after the end of this story, right, it won't just be me that hates couples. Like all the couples in here, you're gonna hate yourselves too. All right. So this is a story that will explain why I hate couples. You know The Godfather? Yes. Yeah. Joe knows The Godfather. It's 18 times worse than Real Steel. Yeah, no. It's, I'd say, one of the greatest films of all time, masterpiece by Francis Ford Coppola. It's an allegory for kids about the dangers of getting involved with crime. That film. Yeah. So it was the 50th anniversary of The Godfather recently. I went to Ashford Picture House with my housemates. Anyone been to Ashford Picture House? Yes. Yeah, it's sick. The screen is almost as big as that one. That's how good it is. But yeah, honestly, as I expected, The Godfather, watching it in the cinema, so much better. Watching it the second time, so much better. At least, it should have been. If there wasn't a couple behind me going the entire fucking time. All right, let me just explain. Right, it seems like they were intentionally trying to piss me off because, firstly, one of them kept kicking my seat as though it was the shittiest 4D experience ever. But every time they would have something to say, they'd have something that they think of that they have to say. They have to talk in fucking parcel tongue about it through the fucking Godfather. It's just a 3-hour chain of. And then you wouldn't even, he wouldn't hear her all the time, and so he'd ask her to repeat, he'd be like, hmm? And then she'd be like, again, and then he'd be like, so it's just a 3-hour chain of, huh? Yeah, it was that. Alright, is this a thing non-autistic people get? When you can feel certain sounds? Like you feel physical pain from certain sounds? Like, is that a thing anyone else in here gets? I guess not. Oh, aha, there we go. I'm not alone. But to me, this sound, it felt like I was being slapped on the back of the neck with some wet tentacles, like a pervert Squidward. Anywho, are frubes still a thing? Still a thing?
Yeah.
Just remember, okay, I should probably warn you. I mentioned my parents, they're going to be watching this on YouTube. Oh. And that's really disturbing because this next part is horrific. I just remember being younger, seeing the adverts for frubes and, the iconic catchphrase, rip their heads off and suck their guts out. Yeah. Did you know, 10 years ago, they changed it? Did you know that? No. Yeah, they changed it to pull their tops off and eat them all up. Because apparently, rip their heads off and suck their guts out was too gory. Now, is it just me? Or did they just change the gore and make it sexual? just makes me wonder, what are they going to change it to next? They're going to upgrade it. Yeah, pull their trousers down and suck them off. Wank them until white liquid comes out. Or maybe they just won't be even a little bit subtle. Just bend them over and fuck the yogurt. What if they went in the complete opposite direction and just made it even more gory and graphic? And then they had like Vincent Price doing the voice. Like, slowly rip away their skin and eat their insides and then give their creamy corpse to their family. Anywho. Alright, that's basically all I have, but I do have one more joke. That's what we're here for, right? We're here for jokes. Yeah. Stand-up comedy, all that. Right. What does a couple and a seagull have in common?
I don't know.
I fucking hate them both.
We'll never eat a fruit again in the same way. Right, okay, this next act, he was on my sheet as one name and he came over and he changed it. And now I'm awkward. I feel like he's done it on purpose to make me feel awkward. I'm just going to say it, and you're going to go mental, and we'll never talk about it again. Don't you make this awkward. You've made it really quiet. Guys, please put your hands together. It's Black David!
Dry lips. So, I'm black. I actually want to use this opportunity to speak about something very important to me, and that is the issue of racism. I was obviously joking, but still. Okay, that bit there was inspired by Black Daniel Blaniel. Daniel is currently ill, and I just wanted to let you know that if you go to the bar and text the number 07599187967, you could be saving an African child's life. Okay, now that that's out of the way, I actually do want to speak about, the issue of racism and my experience with it. Firstly, being born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria, I think I was hypersensitive to the differences, in this country. For example, a man born in the Middle East, raised in the Middle East and parts of Africa, given the name Jesus, is apparently Caucasian with blue eyes. So that was interesting. But I think schooling in the UK actually did change my perspective on race, especially during my A-levels. See, out of 859 students, I was the only black student in my A-level school. I went to this really posh A-level school in the middle of nowhere, right? And that wasn't fun. I do remember taking
the whole school photo, you know, the one where you guys have steps and you can basically see everyone's shoulders and head, right? And it was as if someone dropped a really warm Malteser and picked it up like so. That is how I appeared in the picture, right? And this was tough. This was tough, especially when my friends' parents would see it and then they'd go, you know, to try to wipe it off. And then I whisper, "You can't get rid of me. I'm here to stay." No, but honestly, A-level was a tough time till a glorious day. We got a mixed girl. Yeah! Yeah! All right? Yeah, so I was in bed when I heard this, but I ran all the way from my boarding house to the admin office just so I could see her, see what she was like, right? The first good sign was her name. Her name wasn't Rosie. No, it wasn't Hannah. Not really. Not Jasmine. Not Izzy. Not Caitlin. It was Savannah, right? Pretty name. She had big brown eyes and her hair was curly and her curls were so tight. Yeah, it was just so tight. Yeah. Anyways, it took me a while, but after a while, I got the confidence, and I approached her. I knew that I had not gotten any action in the past year, right? I needed to add a bit of a romantic touch to things, so I went, "Or you." I'm the Negro around this place, yeah? I run these streets, all right? If you need anything, you can come to see me. I'll get you fixed up. Would you like to go for dinner? Yeah. So we actually went for lunch. We went to this dessert place. It was good vibes. She wanted to watch a movie, right? So obviously, I watched the movie beforehand because it was a horror movie. And every guy does this, right? Because we're not about to be jumping and screaming around the girl. So next day, right? Next day, we're watching this movie. It's scary to her, but I've watched it before, so it's calm. It's this nice wilderness scene. She looks at me dead in the eyes, and she says, "In Nigeria, do you live in huts and have pet giraffes and elephants?" Now, see, right, I hadn't gotten any action for the past year. So, prior to this, blood was flowing, you know? It was being pumped around. And as she said that, I was conflicted. My penis had never been so confused. But mentally, I thought, this bitch thinks I'm Mowgli. Like how could you be attracted to someone like that? And then, similar to being cheated on or lied to continuously, you replay the conversations prior to that moment. When I told her my favorite fruit was bananas, what was she thinking? Was she like, "Oh, that's interesting"? Or was she like, "I could have guessed that"? Yeah. So that ended quickly. But the issue of race still was a big deal to me, and I was part of an international student society, where I represented the whole African continent. That's a responsibility there. So I'm seated there with my Asian South Americans, and we're talking about how international students are treated differently and discriminated against. And this is something that we actually wanted to be spoken about in front of the whole school. So we spoke to our house parents, and they were like, okay, so the next assembly, the Monday assembly, which is the big assembly, right? Our headmaster is there, and he starts off by saying, I've been aware that there's been an increase of discrimination against gingers. Now, this was obviously shocking for the society. I went back to represent Africa, like I said before, and I exclaimed. Then I realized there's only one other anagram for the word gingers. Anyways, I just want to, let the moral be clear and just don't be racist. Don't stereotype people. Like, obviously, I've gotten a bit. I've heard a lot over my time. Like, for example, I've heard that I've probably been raised by a single mother, didn't really have a father in the picture. People think I am really athletic for some reason. And I think, and people think I have a large penis, right? And I want to make this clear. One, my father is very well in the picture. Okay, I love him. I called him today. Two, I'm not all that athletic. I might be in a few areas. And three, good night.
Sure, one of those areas you're athletic in is veggie mining, I'm pretty sure. Have a feeling, get that vibe. That's it, bring the tone back down. Danny, yes, smashed it. How we feeling, stand up on the star, are we good? Yes! Guys, it's come to the time again. It's our penultimate act. Oh, shit, I don't have a third half though to build you up again. So what I'm going to say is you're going to fucking love this penultimate and you're going to love the headliner. So is that good enough for you? Yeah! Yes. Buzzing. Right, guys. Ed, get that arm away. Come then. Sorry, I keep breaking up this lovely little thing. It's like, that's what bitter single people do. I go, yeah, you look so happy. Fucking stop it. Right, Ed, you ready? You sure? Yep. You sure?
Certain.
We love it from Ed. The fucking energy from Ed. Yum, yum, yum. Love it. Okay, right, Ed. Our next act is Hannah Etheridge. Oh, fucked her name. Etheridge. Oh my god. Etheridge?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Oh, I did it. Shit, I have introduced her a few times on stage before, and that was the first one I fucked it. Amazing. Right, your next act is Hannah Etheridge. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Everyone. So my name is Hannah and I do a drama degree. That's the joke. So a lot of people, they have various misconceptions. They have these ideas formed in their noggins about what drama people are like, in particular drama students. And I'm here to tell you, Tom, who studies maths, every single one of them is completely and utterly correct. Yes, that's right. I have pretended to be a tree in the wind. Yes, I pretended to be an animal for several hours. And yes, I've little to no control over my emotional stability. So people often ask me, Hannah, what's the hardest part of doing a drama degree? And my answer is telling my mother that I'm gay. So before I came along to the University of Kent, as it is aptly named, I actually went to drama school. A few very surprised faces in the room right now. So yes, I dedicated a good chunk of my adult life to one of the most prestigious and stressful institutions in the entire UK, Subway. So my boyfriend, he does not only a drama degree, but he does it in combination with film, which not only makes him unemployable, but also makes him completely and utterly pretentious. So I always like to say, oh, Tom, you know, I can't wait for the day when we're going to have our lovely little house, our lovely little car, and our lovely little dog in Slough. He's also northern, which means that he loves mushy peas and uses gravy as lube. I'm currently on my 4th yeast infection. And when I told him this, he said, you know what, Hannah, there's only one cure for that. I was like, yes, Thomas, diagnose me film student. Niall Bultitude giving me evil. Sorry, Niall, sorry. And he was like, there's only one cure. Only one cure. A simple course of antibiotics straight up the pork pie. Thank you very much, Thomas, for that diagnosis. It didn't work. But I love the north. I go up there all the time I can. I hop on the megabus and off I go, straight to the land of Salford. So I hop up there, and whenever I tell people from the north that I'm from Canterbury, they say the same thing every single time. They say, oh, I love Canterbury. I love the food, I love the culture, and all of the great tourist attraction. So, one little story for you about when I went up to go up north, that is. So, when I was the ripe young age of 19, don't ask me how old I am, I decided to hop on a train with one sole purpose in mind, to lose my virginity. Come on, it was more exciting than that. To lose my... Graydon can't relate. So, I hopped on the train with a smile on my face and delusion in my heart that today was going to be the day that I lost my virginity. So, I'm a filthy southerner, so I went up to the train door and I'm like, fuck. There's a manually opening door handle. I don't know how to work that. Sorry, I've got absolutely no fucking clue. No clue. I'm looking at the train instructor. You're the train instructor, Tom. Right, okay. So I'm looking at him. And he's looking at me. Not TikTok's like, he looks at me and I look at him. That's what it was. So I'm looking. And he's looking at me and I'm looking at him. And I'm gesturing at this thing, right? This blue rod of despair, okay? And he's looking at me and he goes, you're not from round here, love, are you? No, I'm not. Oh, come on, please. What gave it away? And so I'm like, okay, please, it's a bit stuck. I just really need it to work, please. And so he says, you know what, love? There's only one cure for a door that doesn't open. I'm like, right, okay, right. Just give it to me, please. And he reaches into his back pocket and produces a lovely bottle of gravy lube. Perfect. Perfect solution. I've been Hannah Etheridge. Thank you so much.
Guys, have we had a good night? Yeah. Guys, we have come to that time. You excited?
No.
Who said no? Is it you again? Don't fucking hide. You're gonna say shit.
Just the middle finger. This next act's gonna have fun with you.
Guys, before we introduce the next act, I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for coming out and supporting live comedy. These guys are fucking beautiful. Bar staff, you are fucking beautiful as well. Lovely beards. Lovely beards. It's all about the beards, isn't it? It's all about the beards. All of our acts as well. Keep this energy. Keep this energy. Keep this energy. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up to your headliner, my friend, Anky Damz! I'm very sorry, didn't you? We'll try it again. We'll try it again. It's all gone tits up, isn't it? Did you get that on camera? Did you get it on camera?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Hi guys, I'm Anky Damz. Hello, I'm 23 and guess what, right? At the end of January, I ended up in ICU. Yeah, no, don't give me pity, just spit in my mouth after the show, thank you. I know Danny will. We had guys, we had all of us, or 30 of us, we all had a retina detachment, didn't we? Yeah, guys. Well, Alistair, confirm for the people at the back. This eye, a little wonky in it.
Just a touch?
Yeah, just a touch wonky, guys. It's not doing a side quest, okay? Guys, it's not supposed to wander off like this. No, retina detachment. Do you know what that means? It means my retina detached. It's pretty self-explanatory, actually. Yeah. No, you guys in Canterbury are smart. You guys got that. No, don't worry. People in London don't normally get that joke. I had a retina detachment. It wasn't even my first one. It was my second retina detachment. Do you know how awful that is? 1 in 10,000, the doctor told me. What are the odds of that happening to me? 1 in 10,000. The doctor said 1 in 10,000, Anky. We literally just had this conversation. Smart doctor. He doesn't get bits. Do you get bits? I get bits. Second retina detachment. Do you know how awful? It wasn't even in the same place. Guys. Have a seat. No, go on. We're just getting started. No. All you missed, retina detachment. Do you know what that means? No. My retina detached. It's all right. She's caught up. Nah, she's caught up. We're all right. It happened in. Do you know what it's like to have an operation succeed and then fail? Do you know what it's like? It's like writing a joke without a punchline, but the audience still laughs. No, never mind. I thought you were smart. We'll get smarter. Don't worry. There's room for improvement. My second retina detachment went into the ICU. No, I didn't go. I went into the operating room. Guess what happened? I bit into whilst I was under general anaesthesia. Right, guys. Silly old me. I bit into the tube that was feeding me oxygen. Right. And then fluid got into my lungs. And I stopped breathing! For 6 seconds, I was legally pronounced dead! And I worked out in that very moment. I got a text from my mum. She said, Anky, why is the heating in the house off? Anky, I swear to God, if you touch the thermostat again, I am going to kill you! So I had a retina detachment. It's not even the worst part, guys. Guys, this is what I found out after coming out of ICU. That's not even the worst part. The worst part, after coming out of ICU, somebody made a Wikipedia page about me. I know, the shock horror! Somebody made a Wikipedia page about me. What was on it? Thank you for the rhetorical question. I'll tell you in a second. Wikipedia page, normal. The first section, everybody's got it. It says your name, your date of birth, where you're from, where you're really from. It was pretty good, I wrote myself, born and bred. The second part of my Wikipedia page, the only other section, alright, joke's over now, you can calm down, thank you. Controversies. What? I'm 23. I graduated from Kent University last year. Why have I got a controversy page? And then I realised, and then it hit me. I said something in ICU that someone took out of context and then put on the wiki. Do you know what? Don't even regret it, guys. I still stand by it. No, I said the person looking after me in ICU didn't do a very good job. No, said it. No. They were openly racist. No. They didn't.
give me proper attention, love, care, all that stuff you get in ICU. No, you do get that stuff in ICU, guys. Trust me. I've been there. You haven't. And the third thing is they got my meal wrong, right? They got my hospital meal wrong. First of all, yeah. No, and then they tried to gaslight me about it. Hello? First of all, why would I lie about the worst kind of meal on the planet, right? Right? It's not like no, this is what happened, right? They said I ordered shepherd's pie. Why on earth would I order shepherd's pie when chicken tikka masala is on the menu? But that's enough material about my mum. We'll move on. There's other stuff on the page. You guys want to? Yeah, no, you guys do get to hear. It's not called a response. All right. Some other stuff that was on my Wikipedia page. Under the subtitle controversy. My views on Mahatma Gandhi. Guys, Mahatma Gandhi. I don't like the kid. All right. I don't like it. No. World peace. This world. Whatever. Guys, Mahatma Gandhi. Openly racist to black people. Guys, Mahatma Gandhi. Misogynistic. Guys, Mahatma Gandhi slept with little children to test himself. I know. But when I sleep with children, it's a court case. What? Thank you. No, it's good, isn't it? Yeah. I just want to assure you, I'm not a paedophile, all right? Just thinking, yeah, thank you. She believes me, yeah, thank you. I beat the case last year. What are you whispering about? You can't say I'm not a paedophile and then whisper to your boyfriend about it.
I'm not a she.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad. What are your pronouns?
I'm a they.
Oh, you're a they. That's my apologies for presuming. Okay, moving on. Oh, yeah. Hey, what happened? What, sorry? Oh yeah, it's called a little joke. No, I like the joke. Yeah, all right. Back to my material. Guys, Pingu. I don't like Pingu. Never have, never will. Guys, Pingu. He's a massive diva. All right. Pingu, massive diva. No. I don't care if Pingu has BJ lips. Okay. The kid is annoying, and I know it's very, very precarious to put BJ lips and kid in the same sentence, but I promise you I'm still not a paedophile. McFly are overrated. I said it? Yeah. You know what? They carried McBusted. No, the Busted carried McBusted. Thank you. Yeah. The word starvation isn't funny. I don't know who laughed at that earlier. It's not funny. No, just a bit of observational material now. Yeah. There's some more observational material. When Danny tried to introduce what was his name? Yeah, like in the second half, there was a guy who shouted 3, 2, 1 at the back, and nobody saw it, but I did. No, he shouted 3, 2, 1, nothing happened. It's alright, dude. I've been there. I never thought at a stand-up comedy night I would hear the words panties flying and Millennium Falcon in the same sentence. Guess we're all proven wrong. Hinge. Oh, guys. The reason why I'm here, right? Yeah, guys, I went viral on TikTok, right? Oh, yeah, you can Google me afterwards at Anky Damz. Don't click on the Wikipedia page. Lots of misinformation there. I went viral on TikTok. What happened, right, was I posted a Hinge conversation. I matched with this girl called India. Yeah, cool. And I said, her prompt was, do you love me? And I said, yes, idiot. And then she invited me to start the chat. She didn't say anything back, just invited me to start the chat. I was like, fair. I'll use this for stand-up material, probably. I said, I like the name India. Yeah! It reminds me of my granddad. He had 2 strokes there. Cool. And last but not least, Ross Stapleton is a poopy pants Polly. All right. We have to get that in there. What's this doing here? All right. Last but not least, guys, are my views on Lemsit. Guys, are we pro or against Lemsit? Pro. Yeah. Wait, who said against? Wait, who said against? Yeah. What's your name, mate? Owen. Kill yourself, mate. Kill yourself. All right, guys. No. We're gonna go into. Not only is there a Lemsit rant. It's, oh my god, he said the words kill himself. He must really mean it. We're gonna do a little rap. You guys want to hear a little rap? Yeah! I said, do you guys want to hear a little rap?
he has everything ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool, yeah. No, I'm just checking in, guys. I like to check in on my fans. Yeah. No, I can't keep going if you're gonna talk, you know. I'm just making sure that, yeah, it's all good. Alright, here we go. Yeah!
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yo, L-E-M-S-I-P! L-E-M-S-I-P! I sip lamb and then I pee! L-E-M-S-I-P! I said L-E-M-S-I-P! L-E-M-S-I-P! I sip lamb and then I pee! L-E-M-S-I-P! Yo, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the lamminest guy? Better be I, boy, the kettle line going in dry. Couldn't be my mission in life like the Matrix, but the pills were night and day. But the choice was clear, it was night and day. Former Tesco boss, yeah, they night and day. Fuck the red and blue pills, I'd rather pick sachets. What's the point of the pill? Please feel the instant remedy of the contents of the packet soothe your ass up a gust like you're wearing a jacket. Peels your throat, goes down like butter. The choice is clear, there is no other. S-I-P, everyone. L-E-M-S-I-P. I sip lamb and then I pee. L-E-M-S-I-P. I said L-E-M-S-I-P. Yeah, L-E-M-S-I-P. I sip lamb and then I pee. L-E-M-S-I-P. Knock, knock, who's there? It's the lamb sip legend. Went on a date and guess what happened? The world of things that went wrong. I could have wrote a novel. It started it going down when he said he liked Bovril. Thick and salty extract, I'll skip that. Beef tea, no thanks, I'd rather feed it to the crows. Former Tesco boss, I could kill in a snap. If I wanted to, mom, it would have used me so. Just when I thought the date couldn't get any worse, he said blackcurrant was his favourite flavour. It's called lamb sip, not blackcurrant shit. Ribena and Vimto can suck my dick. If I wanted a shit drink, I would have had poison. Oh, McDonald's had chocolate. Oh, McDonald's had chocolate. Why do people always pick the wrong option? Like McDonald's hot chocolate. Like McDonald's. L-E-M-S-I-P. L-E-M-S-I-P. I sip lamb and then I pee. L-E-M-S-I-P. 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 I sip lamb and then I pee. L-E-M-S-I-P. Yo, who do you know raps like me? I make green like mint chutney. Enjoyed by all, I'm mango pickle. I spit nonsense like eagle pickle. With a spat bars like Macapaca, it would be kind of fire. Macapaca like an actor. I've been reading every chapter in the novel. I've been holding everybody wants to obey, but I can't let it go like eagle pickle's blanket. Yo, can I get a minute of silence for all the pussy I've slain? Yo, I'm a virgin and I've been churning out bars like I put iron ore in the furnace. And I'm certain everyone who doesn't like lamb sip can kill themselves, guys. One last time for the chorus. I said, L-E-M-S-I-P. L-E-M-S-I-P. I sip lamb and then I pee. L-E-M-S-I-P. Then L-E-M-S-I-P. L-E-M-S-I-P. I sip lamb and then I pee. L-E-M-S-I-P. I've been Anky Damz, guys. Thank you very much. Anky Damz!
Guys, that has come to the end. Guys, it's such a fucking easy job MCing when you have such an array of amazing talent. So give it one more time for all the acts. I'm going to run through the door. We had PowerPoint Tommy! Graydon! Lambert! Clarke! Yarwood! Ent James! Niall Bultitude! Graydon! Etheridge! I hope that was Anky Damz! A round of applause for yourself! For supporting live comedy, a round of applause for these guys again with their beards! Guys, I've been Dan Scott, I've been your host. I'm on Instagram, Red Scott Chili Peppers. That's true. That's fucking true. Right, love you all. Cheers. See you. Is it next month? When's your next one? When's your next one?
Next month.
What date? Do you have a date?
Don't have a date yet.
They don't have a date! more time for Anky. Ellie M.
Thank you.